I also didn't really know how to drink it. There's no... Ooh, good morning. Hello, welcome to the Tipsy SD. I am Gretchen, the Tipsy SD. And tonight, I'm getting tipsy on Round Barn's Raspberry Lemonade. Now this can is actually 2 servings, which is very disappointing because something tells me that this is going to be 1 serving. I also didn't really know how to drink it. There's no... Ooh, good morning. I got a champagne glass just because I wanted to see what it looked like. Ooh, ooh, that's pretty. Let's give this a taste. Ooh, tart. Not quite sure I taste lemonade or raspberry, but it doesn't mean that it's bad. And it also looks a lot more yellow on camera than it does here, which looks kind of pinky, but who cares? You ain't gonna see it where it's going. So I have the glasses on tonight, mostly because I need to read my notes as we're going along in this video. And not only is my skin mature, but so are my eyes. We're going to be going, I've been trying to figure out ways to talk about different products and give reviews of different products, and there's just so much stuff that I have to get through, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to break it down. Before I was breaking it down in like skincare and makeup, but sometimes I fall behind, and it's like, you know what, I'm going to do smaller groups at a time. So tonight we're going to be covering some of the primers I've used over the past couple months. So before we get started, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The channel is the Tipsy SD, as well as like this video, and remember, please share it with your friends because I am still trying to gain supporters. With that, let's take our raspberry lemonade sparkling wine and get started. Okay, first we have the Touch and Soul Pretty Filter Glassy Skin Balm. Even though this is a smaller size, I actually did purchase this. I purchased it as part of a kit. It was from Birchbox called the Complexion Prep Kit. So what it's supposed to do is be an ultra hydrating priming skin balm. It's supposed to refine the texture of your skin, and it's also formulated with reflective oil that is going to brighten your skin. And it says you can apply 2 or 3 times for longer lasting wear. So if you apply it and then let it set, and you can apply it again and let it set, and apply it again if you want to. I did as I would use a traditional primer where I do it after my skincare and before I start my foundation. So my thoughts on this were I actually really liked it a lot. It absorbed very quickly. And then the other thing was it gave my skin a really pretty glow as opposed to a matte. Matte is usually a really good option for people who have oilier skin because they're going to be generating a lot of oil throughout the day. So they need to be starting in kind of like a mattified world. Whereas people who have mature skin like mine, we need to have a little bit more moisture on our skin because we don't produce as much oil throughout the day. So when I'm starting with that really pretty glow that I can be building my foundation on, I'm always happier. It did not pill as I was putting it on. That sometimes can be a trap of primers. And then of course my makeup went on really well over the top of it, which is the true test of a great primer. Now, one of the things it did claim it was going to do was refine the skin, and I'm not quite sure what they meant by that. You know, when I'm talking about refining the skin, it's usually exfoliating, it's resurfacing the skin, and this doesn't do that. Would I buy it again? Yeah, I would. Especially, and I would recommend it to people with mature skin as well. I don't know if I would recommend it as much to people with oilier skin, but yeah, I probably would recommend it to people with drier skin, more mature skin. I will also say this, you know, when I get these products, I always go to the website. You know, I kind of dig around a little bit. I always look up the product and get the basic information. Sometimes I'll dig around a little bit on the website and look at the different products. And their website really made me want to look at more of their products. So yeah, it's a great primer, especially for drier and more mature skin, or if you have duller skin and you just need to have kind of like a lit from within type of look. It's growing on me. Moving on to item number 2 is Benefit Cosmetics Professional Pearl Primer. When they first came out with the Professional Primer, It was a basic primer, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It was just like, here's our new primer. So they've kind of taken that primer and built off of it. I happen to get this sample in my Ipsy box. So of course, what is it supposed to do? Well, it's a soft radiance face primer that is supposed to instantly minimize the look of your pores. It's supposed to lock on your makeup, help your skin look bright, boosted, and awake, and of course give a nice, soft, matte finish. So what were my thoughts? Well, I mean, it definitely made my pores less noticeable, and everything seemed more diffused. Everything was more soft, but I didn't necessarily see a glow. You know, it's supposed to give your skin this glow that you can wear even without makeup, and I didn't see that. That being said, my face felt very smooth and my pores definitely looked smaller. So, you know, would I buy it again? Yeah. I mean, first of all, I did think my skin looked great pre-makeup. Like I said, there was no glow to it, but it still looked really nice. So I guess the question is this something that I would purchase instead of the regular Professional? And I think the answer to that question is yes. Okay, so I've already had a couple glasses of wine tonight. This is really going to my head, and I'm thinking that this was a big mistake. But I'm in too deep now. I gotta keep going. So I was holding up the Hydrate Primer. This is the Pearl Primer, and the one I've been holding up as the Pearl Primer is actually the Hydrate Primer. This is Benefit Cosmetics, the Professional Hydrate Primer. I actually, again, small sample, but I actually purchased this as part of that same Birchbox, the complexion prep kit that the Touch of Soul primer was also in. Now, what does it do? What's it supposed to do? It's supposed to moisturize and refresh your skin, give you a natural finish, and minimize the look of pores and fine lines. Basically what primers do, right? So what did I think about this version versus the Pearl? Well, I mean, it definitely made my pores look smaller, but did it make my skin feel more hydrated? No. No, I mean, I have very mature skin and it's a drier skin. So it takes a lot for me to kind of have that dewy look. It doesn't mean someone who has normal to dry skin won't get a more hydrated appearance out of it or their skin won't feel more hydrated, but didn't necessarily do that for me. And my skin did feel soft when I was using it, but I didn't see a huge visual difference in terms of the fine lines and pores. Whereas I actually saw a diffusion with the Pearl Primer. I did not see diffusion of fine lines and pores with the Hydrate Primer. So would I buy this again? No, because I liked the Pearl Primer more. So, I mean, if I'm going to buy a primer, I might as well go with the Pearl Primer instead of the Hydrate Primer. I don't know if you can hear that, but the pug is snoring. He's really wiped out tonight. Poor thing. Sleeping all day is just brutal. The last primer that I am going to be talking about tonight is a makeup line, and you know what, the skincare line too, because I have bought pieces of their skincare as well. That is Tarte Cosmetics, and this is the Tarte Quench Hydrating Primer. I got this in the now discontinued Sephora Playbox. You know, I'm not disappointed that the Sephora Playbox has been discontinued. They had some great products and they had some great boxes that they put out. That being said, they weren't like I saw a lot of the same stuff over and over and over again. So yeah, so I guess I'm not unhappy. But that was a tangent that I just went off on. No tangents. No tangents. What does this Tarte of the Sea Quench Hydrating Primer do? Well, it's a cooling formula that's absorbed immediately to refresh and hydrate. And it's supposed to extend the life of the foundation and help smooth the appearance of fine lines. And it's also supposed to provide pollution defense with antioxidants in there. And this one in particular has hyaluronic acid. So, as you know, hyaluronic acid is found in the skin itself. It's our body produces that naturally, and it's what gives our skin, along with collagen, kind of like that full, healthy, moisturized look. What did I think about the Tarte Quench Hydrating Primer? Well, you know, it says it's cooling and easily absorbed. Well, I will say it was easily absorbed, but I don't really know what they mean by cooling. Was it supposed to give my face like this cooling effect? Because I didn't get that, but it was easily absorbed. So I actually did use this as a moisturizer a couple times. Instead of like doubling up and using a moisturizer and then putting a primer over the top of it, I tried using it as a moisturizing primer and it worked. I liked it a lot. It spreads nicely. So when you're putting it down your T-zone and spreading it out, it does spread nicely, but it dried kind of fast. So make sure that when you're putting it on, you're also moving quickly to spread it. So don't kind of mess around while you're doing it. I didn't experience any pilling of the product, so we discussed that a little bit before, but I also kind of made sure I stopped spreading it when it felt tacky. So I didn't overwork the product even when maybe I kind of wanted to. So would I buy this again? Well, my makeup looked great after I used it. Tarte is actually one of my go-to product lines that I really enjoy their makeup line, and I'm starting to really enjoy their skincare line as well. So yes. So yeah, that's it for this very short edition of product reviews for primers. I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed making it. And again, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, The Tipsy SD, and like this video on YouTube as well. But thank you so much for watching. I hope this video finds you all well. I hope you have a great day or evening whenever you're watching it, and I will see you next time. Cheers!